Dr. Marcia of Move with Marcia, and let's get into child's pose, some variation, and some tips to set you up for success. Child's pose is a great resting position, a great starting position, a great stretch to hold statically, a great pose to move in and out of. You can do a lot of things with child's pose, but if you're not comfortable in it, it's not going to work. So we'll start with what you can do with your legs. If your legs are knees together, feet together, and you sit back trying to bring your butt towards the direction of your heels, fold over your thighs and put your arms in front of you, that is child's pose. But keep in mind, this position might be uncomfortable if you got a belly, chest, whatever, flesh here, or if you're just feeling kind of tight. So this is pretty uncomfortable for me. And it is also a bit more of a forward flexion in the spine in this variation. So if you go with knees apart, toes touching or not touching, somewhere in between, and then sitting back towards the heel, you might have more space for your belly to breathe. You might feel a little bit better in the spine if that curve is a little too much. And you might have a little more freedom to get deeper into it or make it into a dynamic movement. So, as you can see here, I have my cushion ready to go because today my knees are not friends with the floor. So you can add anything, anywhere that you're feeling uncomfortable. So, cushion for your knees. Maybe the deep knee bend is a little uncomfortable, and once you come down here, you don't like how it feels. You could consider rolling up a towel, multiple towels. You don't just have to have one, and see how does it feel if you put it below your butt. How does it feel if you put it under your chest, in between your legs, supporting yourself that way? How does it feel if you put it where your hands go and rest your elbow and your head down? So these are all questions that you have to ask yourself in your body and find the variation that works good for you. Or let's say you sprained your ankle and this is a bit much. How does it feel if you add something under your ankles so you don't have to put so much weight on them? Now, back to that idea of making a child's pose into a dynamic position, or dynamic pose, sorry. You can go in and out. Let's say you want to go from cobra. You can rotate. You can move your arms. So let's start with arms. So you can start in this position. You can move your arm to the back and forward, or you could just move them both back and rest that way, head to the ground, or head on the bolster if that's uncomfortable. You could also start with hands in front, lift up, walk over to the right, rest down, lift up, walk over to the left, rest down. You could also start with your hands in the starting position and lifting up, or your limbs, I should say. Maybe you don't even have hands, and you use a block to make up that difference. So you can reach your limb up towards the sky from there and rotate out. You can twirl in this position. As long as you're comfortable from here down, the upper half can move in any direction available to you. You can also rotate this way and reaching under through the armpit and turning down, holding here, coming up. Of course, whatever you do on one side, you'll want to do on the other side. That's just moving around the arms to make it dynamic. You can move in and out of the position entirely. So let's say you want to go from child's pose to cobra. You can roll your body in and out of it. You can adjust the feet or leave them in that diamond if it's comfortable to you. And use child's pose as your starting point as you roll in and out of it. That could be a nice little warm-up. If you're already on the floor, child's pose can be something that helps you warm up for movement or cool down for movement. If you want to get warm and build heat, then you would make it more of a dynamic thing, more of a wake yourself up thing. Maybe start static, start moving. If you want it as a cool down thing, then you would opt for longer holds, chilling, relaxing, and holding yourself in a supported position that is comfortable. And that's pretty much it for child's pose. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them down in the chat below. That's what it is there for. Otherwise, I'll catch you on the next yoga flow tutorial, mobility drill, all of that good stuff on the Move with Marcia YouTube channel. Later.